I was a little bit surprised at Benavidez' defence.
I think it showed Morrell's not quite at that level yet.
And then he looks like he gassed out a little bit as well.
I think he knows he's not ready for Bivol Beterbiev.
And his punches were like taps.
I don't think you're going to be champion for long, mate.
I think against anybody else, he's got a good chance.
Benavidez versus Buatsi or Smith.
His name got made with he lost against Beterbiev. That's what everybody says.
Just shut up and get in the ring.
Welcome back to Boxcast. In this episode, we're going to go over the weekend's fight, starting with the two Davids, David Benavidez versus David Morrell in the light heavyweight category. Yeah, what did you think of this, Simon? Good fight.
Wasn't a bad little scrap.
Started well. I think about the 9th round, they got they had a bit of breather, 9th and 10th, and then got warmed up again in the 11th and 12th. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good fight. What do you think? What did we predict anyway? First, we start with that. I think we both predicted Morrell.
We did.
Yeah.
We were well wrong. I think we were expecting, me personally, I was expecting Morrell to show more boxing skills, and
he just did it in flashes.
Yeah.
There's like a flash, and Benavidez just did the more work. I was a little bit surprised at Benavidez' defense, because normally, like I think we said in our thing, he stands normally in front and pressures, which is what we thought Morrell was going to pick off. But his defense is actually quite good. His head movement and things is moving out, and he defends the punches quite well. I mean, you get hit, but it's not clean.
Yeah, I mean, the state of his face is a mess.
Yeah, I think Morrell has lifted it up a bit, didn't he? Both the faces were a bit, because
I think it showed Morrell's not quite at that level yet.
Yeah,
he can be.
Yeah,
he can be. I think Benavidez proved. Yeah, he's a world class fighter. Look, I'm Benavidez's biggest critic. Yes, he's a world class fighter, but
the problem you've got is the same as super middleweight. You know, you've got a Canelo in. The problem in light heavyweight, until they move, is Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol. And on that showing, would you give him a chance against either of those two?
No, he's too slow.
No, I wouldn't. He got hit too much. Even with his defense was quite good against Morrell. I think either of them wouldn't. There's like a gulf.
I don't know whether he's got the power up at light heavyweight either.
Yeah. To keep a better Bivol off, and Bivol just outboxes him.
I mean, I wouldn't want to get punched by him, but I think he knows he's not ready for Bivol Beterbiev.
Yeah.
And which is fine, because I don't think he is either. And I think he knows that. I think fighting Morrell has proved he belongs in that world-class level of light heavyweight, because Morrell's a good fighter, although he hasn't had loads of fight. He's a really good fighter. Benavidez,
I think he did show a little bit of an inexperience in there, because in flashes he was like he was what we expected, but it was just flashes. And then he looks like he gassed out a little bit as well.
He got a knockdown as well.
Yeah. I mean, some of the cleaner, better punches were from Morrell, slick punches, but Benavidez just relentless. And, I think he's shown he's at that world level. I'm not sure he's at the elite level that a Beterbiev and a Bivol operate at. That's the problem in that division. Or a Canelo. Although I think against Canelo, because his size is more, he has a size bully advantage, it'll be more even.
I like Benavidez, very, very clever.
Yeah.
He is a clever fighter. I mean, when he's up against the ropes, his timing, throwing them little left hooks and then switching down to the body dead quick.
The body work was really good against Morrell. I think that's a little bit of what slowed Morrell down, because he took a hell of a lot of body shots.
But Bivol or Beterbiev wouldn't really be worried about him.
I wouldn't be worried about either of them. I mean, Morrell, if he got better with more experience, maybe, but I think otherwise, I think against anybody else, he's got a good chance, but I think against them two, it's just, other than Beterbiev's age and
Look, he's beaten...
You can catch.
Benavidez beaten 2 quality operators at light heavyweight now. So
Yeah.
you've got to give him credit for that. He's beaten everyone that was put in front of him at super middleweight. He didn't get the big fights at super middleweight for one reason or another.
Yeah.
You know,
We've had that conversation many times.
So what's he got at light heavyweight? He's got to move on now, and he's got to take... I think the winner of... Well, he's mandatory now, isn't he?
Well, I think there was some talk of the winner of this was going to fight the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. I take it that's assuming Beterbiev wins, so then it's over.
Yeah.
I think if Bivol wins, that'll be a trilogy. If it's a trilogy, I think then Benavidez needs to fight somebody else. So do you think like the winner of Watsy and Smith?
Yeah, that'd be a good fight for them.
Yeah.
I think Benavidez, from what I heard, he's going to take 4 months... A few months off now.
Obviously, Watsy Smith's in February the 22nd, so you've got another like 2-3 weeks anyway. So if he takes by the time both of them get rested, it'll be that time. If there's a Beterbiev Bivol,
thing is, he's not going
to.
If it is Beterbiev who wins against Bivol, then the Benavidez fight will get made, whether he's ready for it or not, because the Saudis want it to get made, and.
Well, the thing is, it's the biggest payday you're going to get. So
yeah, and if the Saudis wanted to get it,
it's going to get it done.
I don't plain and simple.
Yeah.
And I think he just gets destroyed by.
I think he'd start like if he starts fast, he'll get a little bit of luck, and then just Beterbiev's power is just going to wear him down. He gets hit too much. I mean, he's good defense here, but you still get caught.
I mean,
but when you're getting clubbed by Beterbiev,
he's still a young lad.
Yeah,
he's fought world-class operators, so you have got to give him credit. He has, and he's beat everyone.
Well, I think Bivol and Beterbiev get out the way, then he's got a chance in that division to rule.
Yeah, I'd like to see him fight, like I say, an Anthony Yard, a Boatsy, a Callum Smith. I don't think he can make super middleweight anymore.
I don't think there's much point to going down there. Here, if you've got
so, I think he should forget about the Canelo fight because I don't think Canelo will move up to light heavyweight again.
Well, I think from Canelo's, I don't know if you've seen his comments. He's sort of like just I don't disrespecting me. I'm not fighting him, type of thing. So I think if he stays a light heavyweight, because he looked better this time than he did against Bosdick a bit. I mean, Bosdick, he started really well, and then he sort of tired towards the end because I think he put a load into it to get him out of there. Yeah, I don't think he's got the monstrous power at this level. And the problem is you've got a Beterbiev who has got the monstrous power at this level, and then you've got Bivol who's got the monstrous skill. So I don't think he's a monster at this level, but I think after them two, well, if you look at the ring, he's the third. He's the second ranked, isn't it? After, obviously, Beterbiev's the champion. Bivol is number 2. Yeah, he's probably about right. Boatsy's number 3. Yard is number 4. So I think they're good calls as the winner of Boatsy and Smith.
If I was Anthony Yard, I'd be screaming for the Benavidez fight.
Well, yeah, because that would be a huge scalp for him.
It'd be a huge scalp for Benavidez.
And it's a good measure for Benavidez as well to show that I'm a proper light heavyweight. Because if you can get him out of there.
I'd like to see that fight, Benavidez Yard next. And then,
well, either at Boatsy or Yard. I think if they're going to have a delay, Boatsy or Smith.
Thank you. Yeah. Don't be counting out our Callum, yeah.
Well, I mean the winner of the fight. I wasn't ruling anybody out. The winner of Boatsy and Callum Smith. Like the next fight, that would make sense. Or a Yard in between if them two need more recovery or whatever it is.
Where does Morrell go?
I don't think there was a tough, he fought really well. I think he needs to get a bit more experience though before he's there.
What's up? That was his 13th or 14th fight?
13th, I think.
And he's what, 28, 27, 28?
He's a year younger than Benavidez. He's 26. So he's got time. He's still
loads of time.
Yeah, I think he needs one of those fights as well, isn't it? Either somebody coming or some of those up, because I think he's got the skill again to get there. I don't think he was that far off Benavidez. I think it was more experience.
Well, you say that. I mean, did you see someone judge his scorecard?
The scorecards are awful. The first one was okay, 115, 111. But if you actually, I mean, I think he was a bit unlucky to get the point taken away. Yes, I agree the punch was late, but I think Benavidez' first one was last punch was late as well as his, so it should have been a telling off and not a point deduction.
I think David Morrell can.
I thought I had it about 2 or 3 rounds.
There'll be a name in that division.
Yeah. I think he's still got a good chance in that.
Yeah.
And,
go away and work.
Yeah.
Work
he's
away.
At the age where he's got time, I think, to do. But yeah, he needs to fight some of those people as well around that. Maybe not the winner, the loser of those fights, and build up a bit of experience. Because he's moved up from super middleweight as well. So I think there are signs of stuff that can be polished there. I think that there's a really good fighter there. Definitely at a world-class level. So, but yeah, I think he needs to get a little bit more experience at light heavyweight and then push to the top end. So if we're saying Benavidez fights the winner, I think he takes on the people.
Okay. Here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Forget Benavidez Bivol. Who's the best in the division?
Probably Benavidez.
Really? Okay.
But I think the winner of Boazzi and Smith has a shout. I think Yard has a shout for his performance. I mean, yeah.
You see, I don't think Yard has a shout.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone goes on about Yard, his performance against Benavidez. He got beat.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, he got beat. Just because he caught him with a few punches. He got beat.
Well, no, but I think for the first bit, it was a better performance than most people have against Benavidez. I will caveat it though, because in other fights I've seen him, he's been disappointed.
He's been horrendous.
Yeah. So whether he just raised his game for that one fight or whether he's not recovered from it, I don't know. If only taking his performance against Benavidez, I think he's got a chance. If I was picking between the three of them, though, I think he's the worst out of Callum Smith and Boazzi.
I throw spanner in the works and go, Benavidez walked into that thinking, this guy's nothing.
Could be true as well. I mean, Benavidez's consummate professional, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, other than the biased, what's his name, commentating, I don't think Benavidez was really in danger at any point in that fight. It was just his normal, gradually wearing down.
I don't agree with this thing of Yard because
who do you think?
Because he put a good performance in against Benavidez. No, he got beat.
Yeah.
No matter whether he put a good performance in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, he got battered from pillar to post.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
So don't go,
so did Callum Smith, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but Callum Smith did get battered from pillar to post.
He did more,
no one's saying he didn't.
Yeah. But no, but I mean, then, who would you say? The dark horse for me in there is Boazzi, but the problem with Boazzi is you don't know what version is going to turn up.
Yeah.
If you get the best Boazzi, I think then he is a contender.
This is the big test for Boazzi against Smith.
Yeah.
Because I think Boazzi, if I'm right, and it's very rare I am right, but put the opposition in front of him.
And he raises his game.
And he'll raise his game.
Yeah.
If that's not the case, then no, he's not.
Do you think in this he needs... Because you know what you're going to get with Callum Smith. Other than Callum Smith, when he fights a name, he seems to be a deer in headlights. But if you take that out, his performance is always professional. Do you think Boazzi needs to show more than Smith that he's the man by putting on a real proper performance here? To be in contention?
Do you know what the thing I have with Callum Smith? I don't think he lives in the gym. I don't think he lives boxing.
I don't know.
I might be wrong, but I think the likes of your Bivols, your Benavidez, your U6, they're in the gym. They live boxing. I don't think Callum Smith lives boxing. He's a phenomenal talent. He is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when he hasn't got a fight, I think he... And there's nothing wrong with this. He's a family man. He sits at home with his kids, and I don't think he's in the gym like Benavidez is and Bivol and things. I might be completely wrong there, but that's just the impression I get.
Well, Well, should we save that because we're going to do their fight in a separate video? So Boatsy Smith coming.
So I do think
22nd.
For me, Benavidez most probably is the best in the.
I believe Benavidez believes he is, and I think from that point of view, on that performance, I would have said Morrell is one of the best, although inexperienced, as we said.
Look,
that was the thing.
We both picked Morrell to win.
Yeah.
And that was no disrespect to Benavidez. He impressed me. He did.
Yeah. No, I respected Benavidez's thing. I just thought with the weight go up, he hasn't got quite. It's not the same power difference as he had at super middleweight. I think the thing in Morrell is that he's had a little bit of the same. They're just acclimatizing to the size. I think Benavidez here but what surprised me, his engine was good, and his defense was reasonably good for considering how slick Morrell is in punching.
Morrell
threw a hell of a lot of punches.
His defense is weird because it's good, but he still gets hit a lot.
Yeah, and that's why against elite, I think he's going to have issue. Against good and world class, I think he's got a good chance.
So, it'd be interesting to see who they put him up with next. I don't think it's going to be Bivol or Beterbiev.
If it was him, I wouldn't go up against them. It's just a payday.
I would wait for the Smith Buat. In a perfect world, and this is the perfect world.
Yeah.
Bivol wins. They have a rematch in September. Mm-hmm. And on the undercard, it's the win Benavidez versus Buati or Smith.
Yeah.
I think that'll be
a good setup. And then the winner of winner fights.
Yeah.
Fights the winner of the trilogy. Yeah.
I'd like that.
I think that would be a good way of closing it out. Yeah, and I think Morrell, is the work. So I think Morrell you could put on the ticket as the fight, the person who loses in the thing.
Throw him in with Yard?
Yeah, or an Anthony Yard or somebody like that. I think they'd be good fights.
Anthony Yard needs a fight because his boxing career is just passing by.
Performance. Well, I think it's like you've said. It's his name got made with he lost against Beterbiev. That's what everybody says. But he hasn't done anything since. No. So
his name's been made through losses. What was it against Kovalev
and Beterbiev? Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He needs to beat somebody like a Morrell. Yeah. And I think Morrell beating somebody like him is.
For all the talk I've seen of Anthony Yard on interviews and stuff, shut up and get in the ring.
Yeah, talk is cheap, as they say.
Just shut up and get in the ring. And I don't believe it. He's like, there's no fights out there. There's loads of fights out there. Go and fight someone in the top 15.
There's a load of others. You can have a Vosdik if he's back. You got a Morrell. You got the loser of those two. You got Hutchinson. There's other up and coming in that one as well. In it, there's Willie Hutchinson. You've got Alberto Ramirez. I think it is, isn't it?
So there's loads of fights out there for them. So just shut up and get in the ring.
Get in with those, and then there's a lot of competitive fights there. They're not just things. Okay. Let's move on. The second fight on this card was Brendan Figueroa. So it's I think we can, if we snore, that gives you basically the idea of this fight.
What a disappointment! I tell you what, this fight
featherweight, wasn't it?
Did nothing for either man.
Yeah,
Figueroa let me down big time. I had him to win.
Yeah, Fulton. Yeah, I think did we both have him to win?
Yeah, I think you had him for a KO round 8. I had him for a KO round 9.
Okay.
And
yeah, it never even got close. I don't know what he's usually a heavy puncher, and his punches were like taps. Whether there's an issue or whether there's not, or whether there's just nothing there. I mean, it was a proper bore fest. If I was a Nick Ball or an Espinoza or a Leo, I'd look at them, Ian Vargas, and just think,
just bring him,
bring it on.
I'd put Nick Ball in with Fulton now.
Well, I was thinking about this. You don't want to fight an Inoue yet, and we don't know what Inoue's doing. If I was Nick Ball, I would look at the people in this division. I mean, if you got Fulton with a belt, that's the guy I'd want to take out.
Yeah, I mean,
especially make a statement.
I mean, yeah, because he hasn't got a belt, has he? And
Well,
again,
it'd be unification. Nick Ball's got the WBA. Fulton's now got the WBC.
make that
So
fight.
unify.
Make that fight. Bring Fulton over to
I
Liverpool.
mean, if I was Nick Ball, I'd want to make it. If I'm Fulton, I'm not sure I would. But like,
no, make that fight. Just make it happen. Fulton.
I mean, if you're going to go against an Inoue, you need to make a statement against.
It's all
Fulton.
your fault, Fulton, because you bigged him up to me. I didn't really know much about him.
Listen,
And
I
every
believe
time,
I'll apologise. I believed his fans.
every time I've seen him fight, he has just left me so disappointed. You know, his last 2 fights he's won, but
Well, one of the first videos we did was him against Inoue.
yeah, and
We were expecting it to be close, and it was.
no, we just ran away like a scared little cat.
And then if this is Figueroa's level and they're calling out Inoue, if I was Inoue, I'd be just like, you might as well just give me the belts. There's no even point having a fight. None of you can't hold a candle to me.
It wouldn't surprise me if anyway now jumped up.
If I was watching that in Inoue, I'd look at him and go, mate.
You feel I'd be on the phone to
I'll have
Honda
your
now.
belt now. Just give it to me.
Get in contact with Fulton. We're having a rematch because I think
He made excuses about his
Yeah.
weight. Come on, let's have a go at 126. And I think that'd be over in 2 rounds. He's going to smash.
you know that has potentially put a little spanner in the works on. You know, like you say, if I'm in a way, I'm gonna go. I could be a 5-weight world champion here.
Yeah.
Get me that fight
Not
next.
could be. I will be.
Get me that
fight.
Get me that fight next.
Yeah. And if I'm a Nick Ball, that's the guy I'd be
Yeah,
targeting.
you want a unification? Boom, let's have it.
Because Espinosa's quite good. Leo, all right, yeah, I'm not sure. But so I would have Espinosa and Ball as the 2 there. Leo, yeah, good. But I think there's hope there.
It's just
If I was Ball, I'd look at Unify. I mean, Vargas is tough. Yeah, but
no, Fulton's he's just disappointed. Yeah, he got the win, well done, but
do you know the other thing I was thinking? If I'd never seen them box again, it wouldn't bother me at the all.
no, it really
If I'd have
wouldn't.
paid to watch it and that was like a co-main event, I would be so disappointed. Other than Benavidez and Morrell was really good. And then the fight after this, the fight before this on the card, Zach Cruz and Levy was really good, was like fantastic. If that hadn't been that good, I would have been disappointed about paying for this event. As good as Benavidez and Morrell was.
That's why I think we move on to the Cruz fight because, like I say, Figueroa
Figueroa was really
disappointing. And
yeah, all right, credit to Fulton, he won.
Yeah.
He did what he does. But
he's
Figueroa
the champion.
was really,
I don't think you're going to be champion for long, mate.
yeah, well, unless they pick and choose the fights. If you fight anybody, if they unify, I think he gets beat by all of them.
Let's
And
see.
if he doesn't,
he's going to come up and
Inoue's licking his
smash your face in.
like, wait, no, use leave it. I'll go jump division, become 5-weight world champion. I mean, I would if I was in a way. I'd be looking at that and thinking, oh my days. Yeah, and just give me 1 sec. Let me bring it up.
Pitbull Cruz.
Yeah.
Pitbull Cruz.
I mean, he only goes. It's like he only has 1 gear, and he just goes in that gear. But when it works for him, he is.
I don't think he's elite level.
Yeah, I think he's world level. I don't think he's elite.
I think he's fringe world level myself.
No, I think he is world level. But I think if you know how to box, like Valenzuela did, if you can keep him at bay because you can box enough to keep him off, yeah, you've got there's a game plan of how to beat him. So I think that's where he falls down. So yeah, maybe fringe. But I think if you let him get on top of you,
I mean, he's going to give you a hard night work.
It's a hard
for anyone.
Olive. Why did I say Olive? Fierro, I meant to say.
But
Okay, pardon my language.
I've just
But it was a brilliant fight. And to be fair, credit to Cruz went off like he does and at a ridiculous rate just from the start. And some of the punches, absolutely, the body work, going from top to bottom and bottom to top was fantastic. His body work punching was. But Fierro took it. It was really, yeah.
Was a good scrap.
Yeah. And close.
But I don't
it's a
think...
proper fight. But it's more entertainment than if you come against Elite, he's going to forget undone. And even
but I think he'll get them. I think he'll get the... Because he's quite a big name.
Office. Yeah, he's good box office.
He's going to get... I think he might get the... Because he's not... Although he's not an easy defence, he's an easy-ish defence. And that sounds horrible.
If you can box.
Yeah. What weight is he? Again?
That's what I was just checking. It's super lightweight, isn't it? Or he's in, I think, isn't it? Is that Cruz? Because he's not lightweight.
It's a shame he's not a bit lower, because I tell you what, Isaac Cruz versus Nick Ball would be
when I was watching it,
monster
I was
fight.
trying to work out his weight, and I was thinking Isaac Cruz versus Thingy.
Nick Ball would just be
so much box office. That's like ridiculous.
The ring might as well be the same size as this table.
You don't need it bigger.
Just be superb.
It'd be superb. But,
I mean, yeah, it's nice because, it's nice to see him back to winning ways. You know what you're going to get with him. I don't, like I say, me personally, I don't think he's ever going to be an elite level champion.
I don't think he's... the thing is, it's not that... He's got enough to do it, but he's got too many flaws to be there.
So... but yeah,
just check the weight.
It was good.
Yeah, super lightweight. The problem with super lightweight is you've got... it's Tio's division, and it's Tio. You got Tio, Haney, Cattrall, Puello, Hitchens, Parro, Matthias. And you've got now the...
You say that, but he would...
He'd give all of them a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, him against Teofimo Lopez.
That'd be a good fight. But if you put him in with someone like Jack Cattrall, I think Jack Cattrall just schools him.
It's the same as Valenzuela. They'll just school him in boxing. Haney will probably be able to outbox him. Although I don't know where his mindset. Yeah. But if he's proper Haney, like boxer, he will. Matthias versus him would be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. Like you say, so he's got some big fights there, and he's going to get some big paydays. And
he's box office.
I think maybe
even with Fulton not no belt, I'd watch him.
So yeah, good on him.
I mean, against the people who can box, a Cattrall, a Barboza, Valenzuela, Haney,
like I say,
I think they could outbox him. Even probably a Liam Parro could, Richardson Hitchens can probably outbox him. So any of the boxers would probably.
But these, like you say, though, you never
know, because if he gets on top of you enough, if they can't absorb the pressure,
you name them names. And
there's loads of fights.
There is still loads of fights there for him.
There's our British boys coming up now, Dalton Smith, and another fight we're going to do, Adam Azim.
Do you know, that'll be a good fight for them for learning experience how to deal with someone like that.
I don't think they're there yet, but I think after one or two fights, that'd be a good fight for them to go, are you really world-class level? Because if you've got to be able to beat somebody like that. I think Cattrall, is probably just past that. I think he has got enough about him to do it. Well, he's got a fight coming up as well. We're going to do a video on. I think it was that made up for the boringness of Figueroa and Fulton. So less said about that fight, but that was a really good fight. And then the other one we did a video about, Adam Azim versus Sergei Lipinets, again in super lightweight.
Has there ever been a fight where a fighter has thrown that many uppercuts?
I was trying to work that out. It just fell for the same punch. Well, the thing is this, he had the high guard all the way through. So the obvious punch for the uppercut. But I mean,
it's just ridiculous. How you'd not... I honestly have never seen so many uppercuts thrown.
Well, the amount thrown and amount landed. I mean, it started that he didn't get them all through, but he was trying, and then they. I mean, obviously with the low blow thing, he changed the tactics a little bit, and then he just started throwing the uppercut because he thought there's no point anymore. Yeah. He was tapping to the body then. He wasn't going power in case he got the low blow.
Yeah, I mean, there were a few low blows in the fight. Lipinets.
He's down low. You can't tell, can you? So I know, and Azim is quite tall, so I don't think they were on purpose. I think it's just bad
Lipinets looked like an old man in there.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it was a good test for Adam Azim. He looked fast, picked his punches well. But I did
composure was what I liked.
He's not going to get that many free shots.
Not that many free uppercuts
with someone
anybody
else.
can actually box.
I mean, if you're a Lipinets trainer, you're just going to say, mate, just go cross-arm defence.
Well, he did good in blocking, obviously, the hooks and the other shots.
Yeah,
a jab. But like, you just get hit, but you just open yourself up to the uppercut.
I just found it really bizarre.
He was good and relentless. It's a good test from Azim's point of view. But yeah, I think Lipinets should have adjusted a bit more. But
good win for Adam Azim.
I like from Adam Azim is that even when he had him rocked, he was patient. He didn't rush him. With the low blow thing, he adjusted. And it was a composed performance. That's what I like. It was composed, not rushed.
We both got this wrong as well. I picked the majority decision points. You picked unanimous decision points.
Okay.
So we're fine.
Well, for a little bit, it did look like that, but we both with the right fighter, didn't it, Azim? Yeah, I don't think either of us picked Lipinets.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where.
Where do you think he is in that division then? Because
I don't
we've
know.
Just named, there's a lot of fighters. I think, yeah.
The
Dalton
fight.
Smith is the one they're trying to make.
That's the fight. I don't think it's going to. Look, from what I heard is they offered Adam Azim. I think we've already discussed this. Adam Azim against Dalton Smith.
Well, they've had it once or twice nearly arranged. I think once pretty much there, and they've
said no. They've said no. And
although
then
this time he did call him out. So
in Saudi, apparently Turkey al-Sheikh wanted to make that fight. Adam Azim said no. So they gave him 3 different options, and he said no to every one of them. Do you think that's a little bit of the promoter who's not liked by anybody causing a bit of it? Or do you think they're just playing games to get the money up? No, I think.
Because Azim doesn't look like the type he's going to miss people. I think there's a bit of promotional stuff.
I think Adam Azim needs to have a little bit of a word with Ben Shalom.
Yeah.
Because look, if Adam Azim goes and fights Dalton Smith and wins, boom.
Well, he shoots up. He's in the list then of the top. Because Dalton Smith is there on most of the rankings.
If he fights Dalton Smith and loses, oh no. You're young enough and you've only had how many fights? You can come back. You're going to get a massive payday against Dalton Smith. I'd say there's 3 or 4 massive fights in British boxing, and Adam Azim and Dalton Smith is one of them that I really want to see. But I do believe Ben Shalom is the big problem.
Yeah.
With it, I don't think it's Adam Azim saying no.
Well, he called him out in the ring as well, isn't it? So I think it's promotional difficulties in that bit.
Maybe Ben Shalom needs to, like I say, I think it even got ordered at one point by the British Boxing Board of Control and things like that. And Ben Shalom was saying no. And like I say, I believe Adam Azim will fight Dalton Smith. I think he wants that fight, but I think his promoter is at fault here. Again, I think
they're going to go with that sort of level of fight, isn't it? And then go up. And then at some point, an Isaac Cruz versus their but there's loads of fights. Liam Harrow would be.
Yeah, that was a tough opponent for Adam Azim. He's passed it. Again, obviously, we discussed Dalton Smith last week against, I'm going to call him a ghost, who he was fighting, because it wasn't really.
I think Lipinets was slightly better level of opponent than his opponent. Although that might be unfair. It might just have been how good Smith was.
Yeah, so
he blew him away.
But keep an eye out for Dalton Smith and Adam Azim, because they are on a track to.
Right, there is one more fight I've seen which was good as well, which is on the prelims for the other event. I'm just trying to find out. I think it wasn't featherweight. I think he's a bantamweight. He's a featherweight as well. Yeah, Coelho. Argentinian fighter, who's his fight against Olive it was. That was fantastic as well. Coelho got knocked down his first time, I think. He's got 15-0. He's an upcomer in the featherweight. And yeah, that fight is what Figueroa and Fulton should have been. It was brilliant. going through, and then Coelho got him out by 2 knockdowns in the 12th round. Or
10th round.
10th round, sorry, not 12th round fight. Yeah, it's fantastic. So Coelho, is in that featherweight division as well.
Long way to go yet for him.
Yeah. I think you've seen that there. It was the same as Morrell a bit. You can you can see the potential, but there's things. I think Morrell is better than that, but like there's things to improve. But I think that was a good tough test, and he could have gone either way. I think it was really close, and then he just pulled it out near the end. But it was a fantastic fight. Just,
could the Argentinians bring it, mate?
It's tough. Yeah, well, it's an Argentine versus a Mexican, I think, wasn't it? And it was epic. All of them were good, apart from, like you said, Figueroa and Fulton were the ones who were just
let us down.
Yeah. Have that everybody now? I think so, isn't it? So it was a good roundup. But it's a good weekend. Tough to get it all watched before you can come on and record. It's a bit like hard work. But I enjoyed it. Like I said, only one fight was really disappointing, and I'm not bothered if I don't watch either of them again. The others all, Cruz, whether it's for a belt or not, I'd just watch.
Cruz isn't always
Nick
exciting
Ball
fighting.
Would be like, if Nick Ball could go up a bit of weight in his year 26, that fight would be so epic. It's unbelievable. And that's what I was sat there watching and thinking, that's fight. Do they fit in? I was trying to work out the weight divisions. Can you get there? Can you do it? And then the other bit was, if I sat there as Nick Ball, I'd be thinking, Fulton, Figueroa, I could smash either of these. Not even a problem. I can unify these belts. And Benavidez we've said about, and it was good weekend of boxing. Okay, so let us know what you think in the comments, and like and subscribe and all the usual goodness. And look out for our future videos.
There's a few Morrell fans on our comments that gonna have to eat humble pie
like us. Well, we were Morrell fans. We were just. It was a good. I think it was a good fight. So let us know what you think, and keep an eye out for other videos, which we'll be making coming up soon on the event for the upcoming events. See you in the next one.